Hello and welcome. Delighted to be joined at this moment by Hariharan, political editor at Thanthi TV. And together we'll decode not just the numbers but the deeper patterns behind them. We're going to look from gender voting trends and regional contrasts to the balance between candidate appeal and party machinery. We'll unpack that and much more as to what really is driving voter behavior in this big Tamil Nadu election. Hariharan, great to have you on the show.
Very happy to be part of this collaboration with India Today, Rajdeep. It's an honor to be with you on this broadcast.
Do women voters tend to vote differently from men? And how much does that shape the overall results?
Yes, Rajdeep, women in Tamil Nadu have exhibited a very distinct voting pattern. I am reminded of a conversation I had a few years ago with a senior political functionary of a major political party. He told me women in his own family do not necessarily vote in line with the political preference of the very political household. At every level, for several decades, women in Tamil Nadu have shown very different, distinct voting patterns, often not influenced by the choices of men in the family. While this phenomenon is today being noticed across India, it has historically been the case in Tamil Nadu. There is in that sense a certain matriarchal streak in the state's political society, one could argue. For the same reason, manifestos of every political party have a disproportionate focus on the women electors. The social welfare schemes or the freebies, depending on how one views them, have consistently and very disproportionately targeted women. Be it the 1,000 rupee monthly cash subsidy or free bus rides, widely seen as a decisive factor in the last 2021 DMK's victory, or earlier schemes such as the free mixie grinders and fans that contributed to victories under Jayalalitha, to the more recent promises in this election such as the 8,000 rupees cash coupons announced by the DMK for buying of household appliances or refrigerators announced by the DMK, AIADMK. These have all been aimed at the women voters. The pattern is in every election, the headline grabbing element of any manifesto is directed at the women voter. In this election, the DMK has amplified its track record on such schemes, doubling down on the new ones. AIADMK too is attempting to woo women voters and regain the support at the level seen during the Jayalalitha's peak. Vijay, very interestingly, is seen as attracting a significant chunk of women voters. Even Mr. Seeman's Naam Tamilar Katchi has offered 50% representation to women in the candidate list. All these a very clear pitch to the women voters. Interestingly, as in past elections, in this election too, the women voter turnout is around 86.2%, outperforming men roughly by about 2.5%. In this election too, women's voting is expected to play a very decisive role in determining the outcome of these elections. Every cephalogist would tell you they're the hardest to predict too.
Why do national parties perform so differently across regions like Tamil Nadu in the south or West Bengal in the east?
Sticking to Tamil Nadu from 1967 to the present, no national party has won an assembly election. They have largely been reduced to playing the junior partners to Dravidian majors. Even in the Lok Sabha elections, this is the case. Language and the politics surrounding language plays a crucial role in this outcome. Voters in Tamil Nadu often find it difficult to connect with the top leadership of the national parties, who largely address them either in Hindi or English, with much getting lost in translation. This is one simple view to look at it. In a state where a regional identity carries a significant weight, the central leadership is often seen very distant or perceived disconnected from the local aspirations and imaginations. The local leadership of national parties too, barring a very few exceptions, is still seen as more as office bearers operating at the behest and pleasure of Delhi, rather than leaders that the electorate can look up to. This is a state that gives a very important weightage to the leadership aspect. Having said that, both national parties in this election are hoping to play a key role in the post-poll scenario, banking an outcome where their numbers become crucial to government formation. Whether the results will move them in the direction, we have to see.
What matters more in elections, a candidate's popularity or the strength of the party's ground network? What ultimately influences a voter's choice more, local issues, leadership, or a larger national narrative?
Rajdeep, I'm reminded of what Mr. Manishankaraya wrote in his recent book. He says when he was a barely known candidate in his constituency in Tamil Nadu, he won by a record margin of 1.5 lakh votes. Yet after becoming an MP, serving the constituency, bringing in several central schemes, leveraging the full might of the central government and its machinery and becoming almost a household name in his constituency, he went on to lose by a similar margin of 1.5 lakh votes. This underlines how the wave of an election, the popularity of the alliance, its leadership and other macro factors can outweigh the individual performance. Having said that, there are also many candidates who have defied waves and held to their bastions, come what may. For instance, leaders like I. Periyasamy, Chakrapani and Gandhi from DMK, Tangamani, Velumani, Vijay Bhaskar from ADMK. These are just a few examples. These people have managed to withstand adverse statewide trends and still emerged victorious in their respective constituencies. While every factor matters, in my view, the general order of influences, the popularity of the leadership, the strength of the alliance and then the candidate. That said, there are always exceptions and also many other ways to look into this order.
And what is the star syndrome that appears to take over states like Tamil Nadu every now and then?
The question on star syndrome is not without basis, especially in a state that has produced at least 5 chief ministers with some background or the other in the film industry. On the flip side, Rajdeep, several stars have also fallen short of the outcomes that they aspired to. Kamal Haasan, known as Ulaga Nayagan, Shivaji Ganeshan, often described as the Marlon Brando of Indian cinema, are classic examples. Even superstar Rajinikanth, the iconic superstar, announced his political foray in the last election and withdrew just ahead of it. R. Sharat Kumar, Karthik and several others have also not tasted the political success that they aspired for. Cinema, no doubt, exerts an outsized influence on our society and offers an opening to these political debutants, a visibility that is unthinkable for political debutants from other fields. In this election, Vijay's popularity stems largely from the connect he has built through his highly successful film career. This gives him a kind of opening that no new political force in Tamil Nadu might have seen in several elections, at least in the past several decades. Whether that momentum will translate him into a pole position, whether will it take him into a pole position, however, remains to be seen.